As chair of the history committee, I have to share something with you. My job this year has been a pure joy, mainly because I have what we call a dream team. They're talented, gifted, eager, enthusiastic, and willing to make things happen. We thought we'd take tonight to honor some of our long-serving members of the history committee. And we call them the Fabulous Five. Because we're going to honor 5 of them. And I'm going to ask Kay-Ann to come and do the first couple of honors.
So I'm going to read this so that I don't forget anything. And I'm going to speak as if I'm speaking directly to Pat, sitting right there in the front row. Pat, it's my sincere pleasure to thank you for your many, many years of volunteer work on behalf of OMAH's History Committee, and prior to that, the Orillia Historical Society. The gift of your time has been priceless. We know that you have had to leave our committee because of health concerns, and we are so grateful for all the years that you have been our hostess extraordinaire, taking care of all the social aspects of our speakers' evening, organizing Christmas get-togethers and June potluck dinners, as well as helping to plan the menus for OMAH's annual Sir John A. Macdonald dinner. William Arthur Ward once said, "Feeling gratitude and not expressing it is like wrapping a present and not giving it." Pat, we give you the gift of our deepest gratitude for all that you have given to OMAH for so many years. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking our wonderful volunteer, Pat Gill. And now I have the honor of thanking you, Wally, who, like Pat, was a member of the Orillia Historical Society prior to being a highly valued member of OMAH's History Committee. Wally, whenever there has been a need for leadership, you have been ready and willing. You've either been on a committee or chairing it. You've been chair of the History Committee, chair of the Macdonald 200 Committee, chair of the OMAH History Speakers Committee, a member of the Sir John A. Macdonald Dinner Committee, and the list goes on and on. I believe that you personify this short poem by Edward Hill. I am only one, but I am one. I cannot do everything, but I can do something. And I will not let what I cannot do interfere with what I can do. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking our very special volunteer, Wally Bremner.
I have the honor tonight to thank our volunteer, Qennefer Browne. Qennefer, we had the Carmichael lecture last week, and it was a wonderful display with Juliana Hawk and Dave Osborne and Qennefer telling the various complex stories of Lucius O'Brien and Franklin Carmichael. And what we realized at the end of that evening was that Qennefer actually created the Carmichael lecture, and it was her idea, and it is 14 years old, the Carmichael lecture, and we're really grateful for Qennefer for that contribution. She also has had a long-standing history with, I think, the Historical Society, and then on to the History Committee as one of its founding members, I would imagine. The Carmichael lecture was her idea, and she researched the presenters for many years and made the introductions. She also designed all the posters over the years for the lecture. When Reagan House was open, she and others dressed in costume put the doors open that year. She was heavily involved with the production of the Muse News, which is the OMAH newsletter, for many years, and also contributed the History News section until last year, or this past year, I think it was. She was curator of the MAC 200 Committee, Sir John A. Macdonald's exhibit at OMAH, along with some other members in the room. She contributed the marvelous sculpture of the horse's head created by her father, Emmanuel Hahn, for the World War I exhibition. She instigated the first History Awards, and we did the History Awards again last year, and that was a huge success, thanks to Dave Osborne over there. And also OMAH would not be the same without her tireless efforts. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. She researches things in great detail, and gives us a lot of context behind everything that she does. She's a very gracious lady, and I like to call her Q. I think a 007. Q. Anyway, let's all have a round of applause for our wonderful volunteer, Qennefer Browne.
Now it's my pleasure to honor a duo, a wonderful duo who were quietly in the corner over there, Mary Elizabeth and Omer Mick. Where are you at the moment? Oh, there they are. Good. Well, I noticed that when we arrived tonight that a number of you spent some time over in the book corner, and Mary Elizabeth and Omer have done that for over 15 years. All those books are in cartons when they're not around the table, and every meeting, Mary Elizabeth and Omer get them out, display them, chat you up about something you might like to read, and then at the end of the evening, they pack them up and put them away. So that's many, many years of having books available, which wouldn't otherwise be if it hadn't been for Mary Elizabeth and Omer. And we thank you very much for all you've done in that regard over the years. So would you join me in giving a nice round of applause to Mary? Now we're just about at the end of our Fabulous Five topic, and I'd like to finish off with a little quote. It says, "May you feel the gratitude in our hearts for everything you have done. The appreciation we feel for all of you is truly second to none. Thank you, Fabulous Five."